Without Taiwan's small and medium business sector, there would never have been Taiwan's economic development, single-handedly moving forward with determination, building the magnitude of today's economy. Each step of this struggle is the history of Taiwan's small and medium enterprises.
Small and medium enterprises are the backbone of Taiwan's economic development and are an important factor in Taiwan's rapid economic development over the years.
In the past, Taiwan has confronted some financial crises, but we recovered more quickly. The reason for this was our SME sector, which buttressed our economy.
Never underestimate SMEs. They often create major innovations which have received many international awards, a majority of which originated in the SME sector.
Taiwan, this tiny island also known as Formosa, not only possesses unparalleled scenery, but is also a high-tech island admired worldwide. According to the IMD World Competitiveness Yearbook, Taiwan jumped from 23rd place in 2009 to 8th place in 2010, and then jumped again in 2011 to 6th place. The 2010 World Economic Forum evaluation shows that the Taiwan economic development level has already entered the innovation leading period, and the innovative driving force behind Taiwan's economic development, as well as the stabilizing force for employment, lies in the SME sector. Taiwan's SME sector is nearly 1.23 million strong, comprising more than 97% of all Taiwan enterprises. They employ nearly 8.06 million people, encompassing over 78% of Taiwan's workforce. Taiwan's small and medium enterprise are a unique economic structure on the world stage. Taiwan possesses businesses of an international stature, the majority of which started out in the SME sector, growing strong and gradually developing into global concerns. Founded in Taiwan in 1976, today Acer Computer is the second largest PC brand worldwide. HTC, a maker of smartphones, dates back to just 1997, and enjoying annual growth rates of 139%, has today grown to become one of the top 10 smartphone makers globally. Established in 1958, restaurateur Din Tai Fung has been selected as one of the world's top restaurants by the New York Times. Meanwhile, Taiwan bike maker Giant is the #1 seller in many individual global markets. If the entrepreneurial dreams of the US lie in Silicon Valley and Europe's entrepreneurial dreams lie in design and culture, then Taiwan's entrepreneurial dreams originate in its SME sector. Now let's take time to look back at the milestones during Taiwan's 50 years of economic development, as well as the role of the SME sector. The 1970s, a decade that rekindles memories of hope in many people's minds. Both at home and at the workplace, Taiwan's economy was starting to take off. At that time, the labor force was mostly light industry, with the economy continuing to grow, and the international trade balance shifted to a positive performance. The 70s was also a decade of government investment in the 10 major infrastructure projects and planning for the 12 public infrastructure projects. The funding was concentrated in major industries such as steel, petrochemicals, textiles, and machinery, and the automotive industry, which started to develop, and the Hsinchu Science Park was completed. By the time the 80s arrived, Taiwan was evolving from an agricultural society and industrial economy and was ready to enter an era of high-tech industry. On the road to high-tech development, in addition to developing science parks, Taiwan also hoped to nurture a new generation of high-tech SMEs, and therefore especially set up the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration to look after wide-ranging SMEs. On January 15, 1981, after 1 year of planning, the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration was launched.
At that time, at the recommendation of the National Infrastructure Conference, and designed to increase employment opportunities, as well as minimize the disparity of wealth, the Executive Yuan decided to establish the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration. Coincidentally, at that time, I had some understanding of Germany's guidance of its SME sector, and the Premier at that time, Sun Yun-sun, asked me to take charge of planning and eventual establishment of the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration.
In the 1990s, globalization was starting to take shape. International corporations setting up factories in Taiwan were the driving force behind upgrading Taiwan's industrial standard. Government tax incentives strengthened business R&D, personnel training, automated production, pollution prevention, and technological business development. At the same time, the concentration of know-how, technology, and innovation gradually shifted, upgrading and transforming the SME sector. It is due to this that during the global golden age of PCs, many Taiwan companies ventured into the PC parts industry chain. This evolved into the main force behind Taiwan's economic development and also laid the foundation for Taiwan's future leading role in the global ICT industry.
In the early to mid-90s, while I was at the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration, during that time, Taiwan's economic growth rate was significantly stronger, and the SME sector experienced rapid growth. I recall very clearly, when I first assumed my post, a major piece of legislation was passed, called the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Act. This is a major legal foundation. In fact, many current assistance programs for SMEs are deeply linked to this act. I feel government programs must commend good SMEs and promote their sustained development. With a backdrop like this, we cooperate with the National Association of Small and Medium Enterprises to present the National Award of Outstanding SMEs, honoring SMEs as a foundation of national development. Only with a stable SME sector can we enjoy a robust society.
The National Award of Outstanding SMEs, or National Boulder Award, was started in 1992. Over 2 decades, 223 outstanding SMEs have been selected to receive this award.
In 1996, Mr. Lee Chang-yi became Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration. During his leadership, the Express Service Center was started, as well as the Rising Star Award, 2 steps which were well received. And SME protection was added to the ROC Constitution to ensure the sustained development of SMEs.
At that juncture, we felt that the most important thing at that time to help SMEs was to give them tools for upgrading or managing ICT technologies. Therefore, we secured a technology budget to support this plan and allow our SME sector to advance quickly. I remember 1 year during that time, we requested a budget of $2 billion from the government to support SME development and free it from worries.
The beginning of the 21st century was a key decade for the evolution of SMEs. Confronting international competition, SMEs needed even greater core technologies to capture global business opportunities.
In fact, the global trade environment has changed. Competition among large corporations has grown more intense, which is a threat to the SME sector. In such a vicious environment, our SMEs are still able to find a new path for development.
We are a company integrating art and technology. In our infancy, we confronted the need for upgrading technology and capital, and in this regard, the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration helped us greatly. At the Nankang Software Incubator, we received instructions on how to apply for technological innovation and R&D programs, as well as guaranteed loans. Originally for our SME, we weren't clear as to our positioning. After starting up, we realized we could work with the global market, especially when it came to innovation. We realized in terms of competition, we sometimes were in a leading position. This is because Taiwan's advantage lies in technological capabilities, so we definitely need to use our Taiwan advantage. When attacking international markets, the aid SMEs need most is capital. And the influx of developmental capital is the most important function of the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration. Therefore, the Small and Medium Enterprise Administration integrates the SME financing mechanism and effectively supplies all forms of financial assistance, including new capital, guaranteed loans, and new investments.
I really must thank the Credit Guarantee Fund. During that period of time, we were able to smoothly gain financing and acquired a company in the USA, a very structurally sound company. At the same time, we established a production line in Japan. After surviving 2009 and 2010, the economy slowly began to recover. We feel the investments and other tasks we did during that time are starting to gradually show results.
Enhancing product quality is imperative for SMEs to meet the challenge of low-cost labor in the PRC and ASEAN nations. Integrating culture, innovation, and design to create value in the minds of consumers is the next step for Taiwan products in the quality strategy of moving towards greater value-added production.
Last year, we joined a public guidance program with the SMEA for carbon footprint certification. And the most valuable thing was, we were the only SME in attendance. This was a pioneering step, both domestically and internationally. This was also very typical of the SMEA, guiding SMEs to gain international competitiveness.
Across Taiwan, in every town and corner, there is always memorable culture and products to be found. Unfortunately, without appropriate management strategies, these industries will gradually disappear. The SMEA utilizes robust SME management and guidance to lend these local and cultural enterprises the professionalism and creativity they need.
Sometimes, when you've been in an industry for a long time, you keep looking out from the inside. Your perceptions grow distorted. Therefore, the SMEA has hired some professionals to help us understand what the outside world demands and help us produce products which meet these demands. I think this is the greatest assistance the SMEA can give us.
In addition to upgrading technological and information capabilities, integrating financial credit, and strengthening business management, the question also is how to comprehensively integrate resources, supply assistance, and cultivate industry. Setting up an incubation center platform is an important job of the SMEA.
As a matter of fact, in 1996, development was begun on incubation centers. But today's incubation centers have developed to be much more complete than before. An improved service network helps nurture new enterprises, and we're very appreciative of the involvement of past Director Generals.
I can swear to you, there's nothing like this anywhere else. For example, after we submit a plan, we'll receive some assistance, as well as lower rent. The one-stop service counter is a great help. The Incubation Center also has many very large and precious instruments that we can use. So in this regard, the SME Incubation Center provides a lot of assistance.
Built on the past foundation and standing at this point in time in 2011, looking forward, what does the future hold for the SME sector?
With improved cross-strait ties, as well as ECFA and subsequent agreements, Taiwan now possesses the most outstanding position on the global stage for economic development. I believe that Taiwan's economy will develop into an economic and trade hub for international corporations. And the Taiwan Innovation Center will become the catalyst for a golden decade.
I've always felt that for businesses, an area the size of Taiwan is only a small pond, only big enough to raise small fry. If you want to raise big fish, then you must set your sights on mainland China. Once you've grown in size, you might then be able to make contributions to Taiwan and even tackle markets around the world.
The SME sector faces new challenges in the future, so you must think about how to use your smart power, which is to say you must emphasize service and stress quality, which are soft power. Your hard power is your production techniques. Cutting costs is also a hard power. Together, these equal your smart power. Developing products with a difference are your future market. No matter if in Taiwan or overseas, as long as you remain competitive, you will then have room for survival.
This comprehensive SME guidance system is still operating smoothly today, from R&D to production and marketing services. This comprehensive guidance system has mobilized dozens of professional organizations to assist the SME sector.
Therefore, in the future, we will continue forward with what we have and mix in the new to allow our SMEs to play a major role in the global competitive environment. All of us need to continue fostering this spirit of entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity, and continue working hard. Taiwan's SMEs are Taiwan's bright future. SMEs make Taiwan shine. They're the light of Taiwan.
For all our staff, our core philosophy is to treat SMEs with understanding, concern, service, and respect, and to work together to brighten Taiwan. We will endeavor together to build a better Taiwan.
We hope the SMEA can lead the SMEs to integrate relevant resources to assist SME development, and at the same time, assist the SMEs to play a pivotal role in national economic development.